Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. You've been listening to the wonderful sounds here of the Sadomancer band. It's a really cool band here in Denmark, and I certainly would just suggest you to just check them out over at sadomancer.com. But nevertheless, welcome certainly to the Circle Jump podcast for the 9th of February 2017. Now this will be a little bit, we will try to actually now make this a proper bi-weekly podcast, meaning that every second Thursday, starting from this day, another episode will air at roughly this very time. VODs will of course, as always, be relatively quickly up on YouTube, but also on top of that I will try to get MP3 versions out together with the YouTube versions. So in the description of the YouTube videos you will also find a Dropbox link, and in that you will find an MP3 to download, and with that you can listen to us on the go and don't have to be bound to your computer. So with that, to join us this evening to talk about everything that has happened with the Nations Cup 20, we have the wonderful Maku. Thank you so much for being here.
Hello.
Are you doing really well this evening?
Yeah, I'm great. Dude.
That's wonderful. So, it's been quite a long time ago that we've actually had this podcast airing last, so there's been happening a lot. Actually, this last podcast was before any matches were actually played. So with that, or I think even actually like on the hour of the first match being played. So with that, we have quite a lot to go through, but let's try and see if we can pick out the most important stuff here. So if we go all the way back here
to the... it sounded like when you're talking about the band, it's like, it sounds like we've had a sponsor by this band.
Oh, well, and now I just yeah, I might have said that a little bit weirdly. No, they're not a sponsor. They're just really cool. They just, it's a friend of mine, so I might be biased a little bit, but it still is really cool techno metal.
Yeah, so on to Nations Cup.
Yeah, let's go over to that. So if we look at the qualifiers, we had too many teams to play. So we had Colombia, Nordic, Spain, Asia, Venezuela and United Kingdom going through, but Mexico and Turkey falling short here of the group stage, even despite the fact that they played really, really well. They had a really close match, Mexico especially, against Asia. It was like Austria 10-14, and then, I mean, Orbital with 17-7 was a little bit less close, but still. I mean, the first map also against Venezuela was like a 10-11, so Mexico were really close to actually get in. And also the same goes for Turkey, really close up against Nordic, and also, as I understand it, really close at least on Tuhunga up against United Kingdom.
On Tuhunga, they won the first map against us, so they were one away from winning, but couldn't win Tuhunga, TS, or Orbital Bomb.
Ah, yes, I remember that, yeah. Oh, that was quite sad.
No, that wasn't sad at all.
I mean, I'm happy to have United Kingdom in, but you're always so wonderful when you have with all your matches, so I mean, someone had to. It was like made a
comeback, it was nice. It's the best way to win.
Oh yeah, that's true. The best games are always where you have a comeback, that's right. Sorry, yeah. Didn't actually completely get that the first time, sorry. Well. Yes. Where were we? Yes, I completely also forgot to do this thing. But, so with that, let's get all the way over to the whole Swiss format. And so, the group stage this year, as if anyone hasn't yet heard, or if anyone has missed it in one way or the other, is not going to be played as it is usual. It's going to be playing with what is called the Swiss format. So in this we have 5 rounds in total, if I do the math correctly. And each round a team is matched up randomly against another team with the same win to loss ratio. So that means you're only going to, if you have lost 2 matches, you will also play against someone who has also lost 2 matches. And then, yeah, if you accumulate 3 wins, you'll get qualified for the playoffs, and if you accumulate 3 losses, you are disqualified. and out of the tournament.
Yeah, they used it in Counter-Strike. They started using it there recently, and seems to have gone down well.
Yeah, I think some of the majors are doing it, right?
Yeah, like E-League and stuff.
Well, I mean, certainly here, at least, it has actually delivered after the first round, which was on purpose as unfair as possible, where all of the matches were set up such that the high skilled ones get a free win, so that they can actually play with the other high skilled ones without any doubt. Then, I mean, after that, we've actually had some really good matches here, and it only is going to be looking better.
About half of the matches in round 2 were really close, I think. And it should be getting like better from there on. Like each round, we have more close matches.
But, well, I mean, there's still a few highlights in the first round here, to say. I mean, it wasn't only just rollovers. I mean,
yeah, that's true. Yeah, there were some close ones.
I think we've only like covered in the shoutcast the rollovers, and I didn't really want to do those. I can remember that. But looking at the results, Brazil, what? I can't even pronounce that. Brazil versus USA. That one was really, really cool. I mean, pretty much it went all the way to a 2-1 in favor of, it looks to be USA, but still, I mean, Austria, the first map, ended in a 16-14 to Brazil, like 2 rounds the difference. Tuhunga's 12-17 to USA, and then Prague with 11-15. So that's also just like amazingly close.
And that was close, and it was the first match that we've seen this new Brazil lineup. So that was what I was looking. That's what I was trying to look into with this match. See how good the new Brazil team is, since it's not the high five team anymore they aren't playing. And they seem to still be good. They can hold up to a USA.
Yeah, I mean, if at least you can hold up to a USA, you are already at a quite higher level. I mean, USA has yet not really had any good results in the Nations Cup, but it's not because they're not lacking try or not trying.
They're always strong. They didn't tend to make it into like the final, but
yeah.
I still really consider them one of the stronger teams.
Yeah. So with Brazil doing that, it sounds really well. Did you actually see the match, or?
No, it was late, so there was no like broadcast or anything.
Yeah, okay.
Because they're both in the American time zone.
Yeah, that's also like a few cool matches in next week or this week also, and they also. I'm not going to be able to be up that late, sadly. Would be wonderful if someone could do that. Maybe someone.
We might be able to.
Or
we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, anyone who, it wouldn't have to be from the Americas. Could also just be someone who's actually able to get in either coffee or actually just be up later than like 10 p.m. unlike me. So yes, but all in all, the first round really didn't surprise most people here. But it was also set up to be just that. But yeah, as you also said, Maku, this second round very much was a completely different story.
Yeah, second round is where it really got started. So where Nations Cup became good.
Yes, exactly. So if we look at like the one win to 0 losses group, we had, France versus Argentina was, well, not something to be really speaking of. That wasn't really a fun podcast. Portugal versus USA, though, we sadly missed, and that was also a best of 3 going all through 3 maps, and again also extremely close if you just look at the round numbers here. I mean, we start here with Austria, just 18-15, and then Sanctuary, the map of choice, of course, of USA. What else? To 8-9, like 1 round the difference after 20 minutes, and then Casa 11-9. must have been one hell of a match.
Yeah, Sanka's never played by European teams, but USA seem happy to pick it.
Yeah, but it's also a very interesting map compared to many others because it's like more built like a circle rather than actually in the normal cleaver.
So I like playing Sank, although it's a map where it's quite big, and once you get to just a few players left, the rounds take ages. As you can see from the score, they had 8-9.
Yeah,
it's still a good spot. Still good.
That's actually right. Yeah, I also with that map just have nostalgia because that was like the map we played with back in the days with Denmark. So yeah, just like 7 of 9 says, he gets nostalgia when he sees Turnpike and Capture the Flag. I get nostalgia with Team Survivor and Sanctuary. It's just so beautiful, and all the memories with that too. Especially in the lower tunnel there, where I just got a 1 round in a 1 versus 2 against the Canadians. Yes, the one good round. So also, if of what we did cover though, what was also and already is up, of course, on YouTube, is the match between Germany and Belgium, which you also joined in on the third map to commentate.
I didn't see. I saw like some of Austria, but I didn't see Tahunga.
Tahunga was, I mean, the end score was 19-12, much less.
That can be. It's hard to know how the match actually went when you see a score like that.
Yeah,
because it could have been close, when with Germany winning some rounds at the end or something. But yeah,
I think it was more the other way around, that well, someone got a big lead and they just stopped, I think.
Right. Was that so? That was quite a good win by Germany, was it?
Yeah. 5 rounds, 6 rounds to Germany, at least in the end. I think maybe they got like 6 rounds in forward to Belgium, and then they couldn't really get back. I would have to double check actually, if anything. But yeah, the second map.
I saw in Austria looked to me like Belgium was in the lead. It was close, but I think from what I remember, Belgium was in the lead for like at least from halfway.
I think Germany like got the first few rounds, but then Belgium took them over and just denied them. They got tied a lot of times, but they didn't really. Germany didn't get much more than just one or more.
And Rocket had this crazy standout performance, 36 kills.
I mean, that's the Rocket for you, isn't it? Just mowing people down.
It was Rocket playing Wall.
Yeah. There's also a lot of action actually happened on that map over at the wall. It pretty much all the time in that match, the breach was over at the wall in one way or the other. Also, the center was quite heavily focused, but most teams either just did it quite passively or traded on that once. But so, in a lot of ways, actually, the wall was like where one team got in and mowed down the other one. So finally, also on that one, we had Orbital with a 14-12. That one was,
that was really good.
Yeah, I can remember that one was.
That's the closest one. Like last round, 13-12 to Germany, and it ends with like a 1v1.
Yeah, like the last round, just Belgium being so close to getting it into overtime. Also, like
inevitably, Clutch Master Chico won it.
Yeah. To the very big screams of Fueros. That was really also just very interesting like setups in a lot of ways for I think Germany or Belgium. Very heavy focus on the cantina and less on the globe, as is usual. But all in all, a really good match, and I would heavily suggest you all to just watch it because it was really cool. And finally,
maybe they'll rematch later.
Oh yeah, probably they will.
In the playoffs, that'll be interesting. Like, there probably will be a lot of rematches when we reach the playoffs.
Especially because we like get all the good teams to already play with each other now. But also just like in the Swiss format, we could already see rematches if it should happen in one way or the other.
Is that possible? I don't know which like version we're using. I know there are some systems or for Swiss formats where you can't have rematches, and there are ways of doing it where you are allowed rematches.
Well, I would have to check
It
with Fiddle on
depends.
that.
I think is it Biddles at Shushu who does the draws.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, he says he does it randomly, but I mean, if it does make a rematch, you could just redraw. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I don't know which way we're doing it.
Well, we'll have to figure out. Nevertheless, no. Anyways, the matches are really good because, I mean, already with what other match was there? There was also one other really close one. Italy versus Netherlands also, yeah. Italy got that 1-2-0, but still.
Yeah, so CTF was like, it wasn't very close to be honest. It looked close from the first half of Abbey. Or was it the second? Yeah, first half. But then Italy got the easy side, and well, they didn't lose any flags from there. So it was one of those maps where it looks close, but because of the way the map is, with one side being easier, it actually wasn't. But the good part of this match was Tahunga TS. It actually went to a tiebreaker.
Yeah. And Tunga was like 15-14, and also where it was said like it was really close, but Netherlands just choked in the end. Just like right in the end they choked. Which is a little bit sad, but still though, 15-14, that must also have been one heck of a match. Sadly, we did miss that.
They threw that lead away, did they? To be honest, I think they. How did they do the tiebreaker? It was with one round.
Currently, it is played such that it's a full best of 3 with overtime.
But I think you're meant to do like 5 minutes of extra time or something, aren't you?
In CTF and Bomb, it would be half the time on the amount rounds, but in Team Survivor, it would be, I think, also just half the time, so 10 minutes.
They only did 1 round, but if they agreed to play it like that.
I mean, I think well, we've only been seeing overtimes, I think, on Capture the Flag and Bomb, so I actually have no idea.
No, but I mean when you're tied after 20 minutes in Team Survivor.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
My guess would be 10 minutes. I don't know.
Anyway, I'm just pointing out they did it wrong. But
yeah, it was also one other team just didn't go for the overtime. Yeah, that was also a little bit sad. That was also on air, which was irritating. So with that though, we get to the most important thing of all, the next few matches. Should we just go over there? Or am I missing something?
Yeah, we can do predictions if you want. I'm not doing predictions on who wins.
Well,
might as well put our use edge dollars on
there. You mean the dollars on Urban Zone?
Yeah, use edge dollars.
Yeah, I mean the symbol is but I don't think we are actually putting that down. No, at least then I'm really in a far depth.
It's not real.
Yeah, I know. Nevertheless, though, we have now already a group with 2 wins to 0 losses, with France up against Italy and Germany up against Portugal. And in that means that the winner of both of these matches will be qualifying, as they have now accumulated 3 wins.
I was pointing out I was wrong about overtime.
Ooh. So how is it?
They did it right. It's meant to be 1 round.
Interesting.
So back to what you were saying. Yeah, because you're meant to have G sudden death, so you can't tie at the end.
cool. You learn something new every day. That's cool.
I misremembered.
Ah, well, I mean, now I know, so that's also cool. So yeah, so whenever there's a shoutcast and they're tired and they don't want to do anything, I can tell them what to do. That's wonderful. So there was still France versus Italy, and then Germany up against Portugal. And yeah, France versus Italy. I mean, Italy is a team that has, at least when looking over the last few years, and they also still got all of the players from back then, have been able to knock out some very high tier teams. Not France per se, but still.
France have the active players. Italy, I mean, I don't know. I don't even know if you can consider them active at the moment. But I mean, they do play, but I'm not sure if they're doing clan wars or anything. You would expect France to win this.
Yeah, you certainly would. I mean, still though, Italy, interestingly enough,
Italy, they've proved they can win the first 2 matches.
And they're also simultaneously like going onto France's turf, because a lot of teams like to just stay on Team Survivor, but France is like the one team that just beats everyone by just choosing capture the flag, and then everyone is just like running around like fools.
They might not be better at CTF this year than they are at TS, but since most of the other teams can't play CTF, they pick it because it's their best option. But this year they might actually have a better lineup for Team Survivor.
That's also very interesting. Is what expect exactly what players are there then for France for that?
I'm sure ZMB said it as himself at some point, but
yeah. Well, we will try really hard to get him on also for another episode, of course. But yeah, my point was also that Italy just chose to go for Abby on capture the flag. So like just not really just going in with the biggest balls they have. And also then Germany up against Portugal, going to be all Team Survivor. It's going to be played on Tuesday, so it's not going to be conflicting with anything at all in one way or the other. So that one should be shoutcasted. And it will be Tohunga, Team Survivor for Germany, and Casa for Portugal. So starting off really fast and aggressive, and then slowing it down here for Portugal afterwards.
I don't even know who's the bell for that. That's
I cannot really guess either. I haven't seen enough of Portugal to actually say how good they are.
It should be really close. Yeah, I think.
I mean, it is still Portugal. I mean, like the country that has the most amount of gold medals, and also with the names
different players. Like, didn't they get most of them like quite a long time ago? They must have, since France been winning them all now.
Yeah. So furthermore, we have the only interesting thing I can see in the 1-1 is Netherlands up against USA. That one could go pretty much to either side. Netherlands seems to be picking Kingdom on Team Survivor, but that might also just be like the one thing that always is said to be. And well, yeah, USA probably just is going to take Casa. Oh, not Casa, Sanctuary on Team Survivor, but it right now also says Abby capture the flag, which is also just a thing that they're really good at doing. So, yeah, I'm still also not really sure. That one is also just a match here, the 12th, so that is on Sunday, right? That is the 12th. So I'm thinking to take that one over to shoutcast that and cover that on the 21. And then also I'm thinking to take Spain versus Nordic, which is one of the matches here in the 0-2 group. And it does not really say what maps they're playing, and I'm also not completely sure how good they will be doing. I mean, Nordic have been doing really well in the qualifiers. Spain has done the same. yet they haven't done anything but losing quite tremendously, I think, for the rest of the Swiss format. If let's see. Yeah, Argentina won against Spain, and then, but that was expected. And yeah, Spain didn't really get 5 players here up against Colombia, so they also lost that one. So with that though, Spain might actually, with just having a 5th player, might actually be able to get in. And be able to just get actually get this one easily, possibly. I don't know. Nordic on the other hand are also really, really cool. So I don't know.
Yeah, that one's hard to call.
Well, that certainly is just one.
That's sort of what we were saying earlier with how the Swiss system works. We're gonna have loads of close matches this week.
And so SOT is already in chat also, and saying that that also Nordics didn't really have a good lineup last time. So the same also, yeah, the same argument also is there for Nordics. So absolutely no idea what is going to happen. Also on the other hand though, United Kingdom is going to face off against Asia at some point. It is still unscheduled, but
that is scheduled.
Is it scheduled? Oh.
Yeah, we're going with default time, which default in this case is 15 CET.
So on Saturday, okay, let me just actually put that in then, because I mean that's no conflict, and why not? I mean, how do you reckon against you will do against Asia?
Obviously we're gonna win.
You have absolutely no doubts in any way or the other.
I need to pick a map for it though. I guess Kingdom's a default then, because it says Kingdom for both of us.
Doesn't say. Why did I put Austria then? Well, Asia is probably going to pick Austria, I think. They have done so all the other times, as far as I can see.
Well, yeah, okay. Yeah, so if we're going seriously, I think we should win because we've played them before. Like, I don't know if it was last year or 2 years ago. But they could surprise us. I don't know the team well, so my guess is only based on the last time we played.
Yeah, okay.
Where we won.
That's very reasonable. So yeah, but still now that one is going to be shoutcasted Saturday at 15. Then on Sunday over at 21 to 20. From 21 and forward, we will have Netherlands up against USA, and we will have Spain going up against Nordics. And on Tuesday, the 14th at 20, remember to tune in to Germany going up against Portugal, because that one is also certainly going to be a good one. So, yeah, thank you, Maku, for. Well, I mean, we've been going quite fast through all of this, despite just trying to pick the most important stuff. But still, thank you for being here.
No problem.
So, thank you all for watching. We'll try and see if we can get some more people on next time.
Yeah,
Zombie has been very
interviews or something.
Yeah, interviews, get some perspective on the different teams. So, yes, thank you. I should just say good night. I apparently just need a cup of coffee.
Thank you again. See you in 2 weeks.
See ya.